Up, everybody? Waiting for you guys to join in. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Let's get this meeting started. Hello, everybody. What's up, Kathy? Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What's up? I think he's my network connection. What is? All right, guys, bear with me. For some reason, every time I do it in here. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. How is it going, everybody? So happy to have you joining in on the cover. Alrighty. See, Megan, I have you on the background, but I don't see your face. Hello from Tennessee. What's up, Tammy? I have been on iTrackBites for years now and haven't used it. Can you update me, please? Tons of plans, Beverly. What would you like to know? Hello, hello. Everybody joining in. What's up? What's up? Alrighty. Let's see if can I make her. Yeah. Megan, for some reason, it's not showing me your face. Some technical difficulties, everybody. Oh, okay. She's gone. Still use it for free. The only way that you will have to go pro unless you want to, is if you want to be on the Better Balance program, which is Freestyle Blue, or you want to go on keto. Other than that, everything else is still free. There's a bunch of perks to using it. If you don't want to be free and you want to pay the $29.99 a year subscription. What's up, Devin? Alrighty, Megan, I see you now. I see you. Okay, great, great. Okay. Alrighty. I am rocking the iTrackBites merch. Stop paying to lose weight. iTrackBites. Yes, I am, Paul. Guys, I apologize. Every time I use my desktop in this area, I don't know if it's because I'm in a different part of the house. Sometimes the signal is not the best. So please bear with me. Please bear with me. So without further ado, I think we should go ahead and get our live guest on here, Megan. I'm super excited to have her. She is rocking the Sugar Smart program with iTrackBites, which we haven't really had somebody on here that was straight Sugar Smart that we've kind of interviewed and talked about. Everybody's been either carb conscious or calories or better balance. It's nice to hear exactly what made her decide to go on Sugar Smart, how she has been so successful right now, rocking the 26 pound. So let's see. I'm gonna bring you on here, Megan. What's up? What's up? Hello. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. Alrighty, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, no, super excited to have you on here tonight. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, so I'm 34 years old. I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada. And
Canada, okay.
Yeah, and I'm a stay-at-home mom of two.
Awesome. So how old are your kiddos?
They're 5 and 4.
5 and 4. Oh wow,
Yeah,
pretty much like me and my wife. So we got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. So it's pretty busy, isn't it?
yeah, that's one way to
Yeah.
put it. It's busy.
And um, have you struggled with your weight going on in your life? Sorry, Restream is sending me some messages for some reason. Sorry. So
That's
how has
okay.
it been from the very beginning? Like, tell us from all the way back.
So I started my iTrackBites journey in March. Like I said, I have a 5 and a 4-year-old, so they're 10 months apart. And
Wow.
yeah, so I gained, I think it was like 70 to 75 pounds between both pregnancies. I'm a little taller, so I kind of carry my weight differently. It's mostly in my stomach where it's noticeable. So when I had my two pregnancies, I gained all of this weight, and after I had my daughter, who's the youngest, I just kind of made excuses for myself more than anything, as to not having enough time or ambition, or the push that I needed to try and lose the weight. So in March, I believe it was, there was like a mom support group in my town,
Uh-huh.
and I signed up for this weight loss challenge and decided what better support system to use than iTrackBites, because I was familiar with it from the past but never really committed to it.
Yeah.
And I had done Weight Watchers actually in like 2010 with a girlfriend of mine and had success with that, but wasn't really willing to pay the fees. And I loved how iTrackBites had so many different plan options. So I signed up for this weight loss challenge and started my journey with that and tracking my bites. So,
Awesome. Awesome. You said you're tall. You're much taller. How tall are you?
well, not much taller, but I'm 5'8", and I
5'8".
kind
Yeah.
yeah, I carry my weight differently, I guess.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
what exactly was the mom support group like for you?
It was basically just like a weigh-in that we did every week. There were, I think, maybe like 20 of us in the group, and would weigh in and would share our successes, our failures, our frustrations in this Facebook group that we had. So that kind of gave me the push that I needed for quite some time, because my daughter's 4, so it'd take me 4 years to actually like get off my butt and do something about it. So
So when you first started this, it was back in March. So that's when the support group was. So
yes.
obviously, is that why it was on Facebook? 'Cause, hello, COVID.
Yeah. Well, I think they had done a challenge in the past, and that was just kind of like their little community support group was online.
Yeah.
And this was the only challenge that I had done with them. So
Gotcha. Do you continue to do some stuff with them in that group or?
they just recently started another one, and I actually haven't joined. I'm not really sure why. I guess just because I'm on my own kind of personal journey now,
Yeah.
and I really enjoy what I'm doing and the
Yeah.
successes I've had so far. So.
Yeah. So do you find that going to that success group online, the support group and all that stuff, did that kind of give you the push in the very beginning to kind of like do it, you know what I mean? Like get started, not slack, all that stuff?
Absolutely. And I think, as terrible as it is to say, but like the pressure of knowing I was going to have to share my weight with someone every week, yeah, that was something that really pushed me, because I
Yeah.
kept that to myself, and just, I guess I was kind of in denial about having
Yeah.
to lose weight. And then when you look back at like pictures and things like that, it's this reminder
Yes.
now that like, wow, I was unhealthy. And
No, definitely, definitely. So how was it like when you first started in March? You know what I mean? So like I guess what I'm trying to say is what kind of course you had it took you 4 years from when your last child was. So it wasn't like, oh hey, I just had a baby, want to lose weight. Like what got you to that point in March to kind of buckle down and kind of say, hey, I want to do this?
so I guess I just kind of made excuses along the way. Like I said, since she was born, it was kind of like I was lethargic. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have patience. And it kind of just clicked for me in March. And I was also supposed to be standing in a wedding in the summer, which obviously didn't happen. But
Hmm.
those were the kind of things that pushed me in the right direction to take my weight loss seriously and be healthier for myself and my kids. So
Gotcha, gotcha. So, what exactly? So, you are down 26 pounds right now. So, what made you decide to do Sugar Smart? That's something I don't really see a lot of people on here do a lot of Sugar Smart. You know what I mean? Just from the people that I interact with and talk with all the time.
yeah, I find the same thing because on Instagram, when I first started doing this, I followed like everybody that I could who were doing similar programs. So I guess it's
Hmm.
more so like the green plan on Weight Watchers, just to
Yeah,
find inspiration for recipes and workouts and
yeah.
tips and tricks along the way. I didn't come across very many iTrackBite users that were doing that, like you said. So the reason that I chose this plan, when I initially started, I was on Conquer Cravings because back in 2010, when I did Weight Watchers, that was the most similar program
Okay.
um, to what I did in the past. I was most familiar with the bite values and things like that. So I'd done that for, I think, maybe a month or two, and then wanted to just try something new. And both of my parents are diabetic. So I thought,
Okay.
what better plan to try out than Sugar Smart, just as a precaution, I guess, as I'm getting older and things like that. So I've really enjoyed it. I like kind of trying out new recipes and doing all the research. That's like the most fun part for me. So yeah, it's just been something I really enjoy, and I've noticed a difference in my energy levels since cutting out a lot of the sugar compared
Yeah.
to the Conquer Cravings, where you can kind of
Have
indulge in a little
everything.
more
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, can you explain Sugar Smart? So, what
So were you kind of cut out?
am I cutting out? I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
My
that's
internet.
okay.
I'm so sorry. So, somebody on the comments asked, can you explain what Sugar Smart is for that plan?
So it's basically just lowering your sugar intake. It helps with your body's insulin levels and cravings. I have a huge sweet tooth, and that's one of the things that I wanted to work on. And like
Hmm.
I said, with my parents being diabetic, I know that I'm at risk for diabetes as well. So choosing this plan kind of helped with my sugar cravings. And when you're tracking your bites, it takes sugar into consideration. So obviously, the lower the sugar is, the lower your point or your bite value is going to be. So,
Gotcha, gotcha. So, do you think that you'll continue on Sugar Smart? Like, this is the plan. You're just like, this is what I love to do.
um, funny enough, I get kind of bored easily with different things in
Uh,
general. So I like trying out different plans. I
yeah.
tried out the carb conscious plan last week. I started
Uh,
doing that. And then Canadian Thanksgiving happened, so it kind of went down the drain.
yeah.
So yeah, I think Sugar Smart is definitely what I feel like is the best plan for me right now, and I've had
Gotcha.
the most success with it. So
Yeah. So, how are you incorporating things with what you're doing, like exercising, stuff like that?
I am to an extent, and that's one of the things that I had to kind of cut myself some slack for, because when I've tried to lose weight in the past, what I would do is start a program like iTrackBites, or do some type of tracking or calorie counting, and then I would go into a workout program, let's say like 21 Day Fix or those at
Yeah.
home
Beach
workouts,
body.
because I have
Yeah.
two little ones at home. I wasn't going to a gym. So I
Yeah.
would try these workouts and kind of dive in head first. And what I noticed was I was almost putting too much pressure on myself at once for so many things.
Uh huh.
So now what I've been doing is a walk at home program. It's a Leslie Sansone
Love
program.
it. Love
It is,
it. Love
yeah,
it.
I couldn't agree more. It's amazing. And it's just something that I can do. She has so many different options, and you can just go into YouTube. You don't have to like subscribe to anything. You can hop on YouTube. I do it when my kids are eating or when they're playing. I'll pick like a 30-minute or a 45-minute video, and it's
Yeah.
done. And as long as I hit my target of 10,000 steps on my Fitbit at the end of the day, I'm happy with myself. So
Sweet, sweet.
I feel like because I'm not putting that pressure, like I need to get this workout in every day, and I'm
Yeah,
actually enjoying the walking portion, that I'm more committed to doing it every day, if that makes sense.
it does. It totally makes sense. BTW, for the subscription service of Walk at Home, I paid for it for a whole month. This was like
Hmm.
last year. I was really into Walk at Home. And FYI, people, like, I love the program. It's not really worth paying for it. I mean, in my opinion, the
Yeah.
digital access. Everything's
And
on YouTube.
exactly. And even there are new videos out that I just tried last week. There's a brand new like 15-minute workout that they
Hmm.
posted on YouTube. So for me, it's just my best option right now. And maybe down the road, like I still have probably another 26 pounds to lose to get to my pre-baby weight, like my
Uh-huh.
normal, or what I feel is my happiest weight.
Yeah.
Um, and once I get to that, maybe I'll look into doing some strength training. But for right now, it just works best in my schedule and I enjoy doing it. I look forward to doing it. So,
No, I totally get it. Walk at home for me was when I had my most success on weight loss was I was doing a quick 15-minute one in the morning and a quick 15-minute one at the evening because honest to God, I didn't have 30 minutes of time in one
mhm.
time to get it all.
Yeah, that's what I really enjoy.
And that's
It's
why I like that, that same workout at home on YouTube.
right. Yeah, it's something I would highly recommend it to anybody
Yeah,
who's just starting
definitely.
out. Or and another reason that I really enjoy it is I had a knee injury years ago, and I find that when I do any type of like high intensity or cardio, really fast cardio, it really bothers my knee, and this is something that hasn't been doing that. It's low impact and it's really nice. And she has a great energy too, so
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, what do you think that has made you be some successful on Sugar Smart? You know what I mean? Like since March. What has kept you going? Like, you know, especially with hello quarantine, all that stuff.
yeah.
But like, no, honestly, for somebody like you that really looking at it needs to, like you're saying, about 50 pounds to get to goal, and you've already lost over half of that. Like, that's
Hmm.
amazing since March until now in November or in October.
Thank you. I think what's made me successful, or what I feel like is helping with my success in the program, is kind of not being so hard on myself, not putting too much pressure on myself when it comes to the scale, and looking at non-scale victories more than anything. Because I just had a conversation with a friend of mine the other night, and she was saying like, wow, I can't believe that you only lost 26 or 27 pounds, because when I look at your before and after pictures that you post, it looks like so much more. So to
Hmm.
me, it's looking at it beyond the scale, which I know a lot of people say, but it truly is what's been helping me. And I've also I've been following somebody on Instagram, and one of his biggest things is he talks about weighing yourself every day, and not so
Hmm.
much to see what your weight is or that you're putting pressure on yourself to lose weight, but it's to see, even though you get certain days where you could go up in 2 or 3 pounds of water weight, and then the next day you could be down, you're going to gradually see a decrease in your weight. And that's what I'm finding helping me as well. So I'll do a secondary tracking of my weight in my Fitbit app, so that I kind of have that grid showing that my weight loss is decreasing, or sorry,
Yeah.
that it's increasing, rather than just seeing like, okay, Monday I'll weigh myself and I'll be up a couple of pounds and then freak out because I think I've gained all of this weight.
Oh
When
yeah, definitely, definitely. With weighing weekly, that's been my biggest thing throughout everything that I hate is the whole weighing weekly.
yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? Which I understand. It's to get your bite value and all that stuff. But no, I've used Happy Scale in the past to kind of do that. It's a fabulous iPhone, Android. I don't know if it's Android anymore, but it's iPhone app, Happy Scale, and it does your week, it does your daily, and then it'll kind of give you that gradual.
Okay, I've never heard of that. I'll have to look
Like,
into it. But
that's why it's definitely good. I recommend for people to weigh themselves daily and take the average,
yeah.
because when you step on the scale on Monday and it's been a week and it says you're up 2 pounds, if you actually weighed yourself daily, took that average divided by 7, you might have lost a half a pound instead of gaining that 2 pounds. It just depends, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what are some of
that's
your some of your favorite foods that you eat on Sugar Smart?
okay. So anyone who follows me on Instagram, they know that I have an obsession with skinny syrups. I make
Yes.
a protein coffee like almost every morning religiously, and I'll put a couple of pumps of that in it. And that I'm not really a breakfast person, and I find that the protein from that just kind of keeps me going, and that there's no sugar in the syrup. So that's
Hmm.
good for my plan. I'm also huge on apples and grapes and anything with Greek yogurt in it.
Uh-huh.
Um, a lady that I follow on Instagram, she recently introduced me into to yogurt bowls. So finding some different items to kind of mix in with Greek yogurt and some skinny syrup as a sweetener or flavoring to that, and then some fresh fruit. I also really
Yeah.
enjoy doing um, personal sized pizzas on Joseph pita breads
Ooh,
and
love that, love that.
just throwing those in. Yeah, those are a weekly thing at our house. So those
Sweet,
are
sweet.
probably my must haves.
Yeah, no, I'm a skinny syrup addict too. I have tons. When I
Me
used to own,
too.
I owned a coffee shop for about a year and a half, and um, all of my customers had skinny syrups because that was like the one thing. They were like, "Oh my God, skinny syrups!" I'm like, "Yep, I got the new one in. I'm
Hmm.
caramel on."
Yeah, they're
So,
great.
yeah. So, what is some of your go-tos? I guess what I should say is, what are some of your go-to like inspirations? You know what I mean? Because you're on Instagram. You know,
Hmm.
you're following a lot of people, all that stuff.
Pardon?
What are some
Sorry, it just cut out.
my network thing? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So on Instagram, what are some of your inspirations on Instagram? Like followers that you follow, stuff like that. Like what keeps you going?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I feel like that's a huge part of my success are the people that I follow and share my successes and my failures and frustrations with on Instagram. If it wasn't for that community, I don't know if I would have the success that I've had so far. There are monthly challenges that a few of us participate in. There's a 40
Hmm.
hardest challenge that we've been doing recently, and it's tracking your water intake and staying
Oh
within your
wow, yeah.
points, doing some reading every day. So just some personal growth as well. So little challenges like that I've signed up with other people on Instagram who are doing a weight loss journey or with Weight Watchers, iTrackBites. That's
Yeah.
been huge for me.
I think is it the 40-day thingy that you're talking about because Melina Cookies and Curves, I follow her, me and her are really good friends, we're close. She's doing something like that. I didn't understand what it was because it was like reading,
Yes.
getting your steps in, water, stuff like that. So talk a little bit more about that because I was really intrigued by it. I'm like, I didn't even know that this was happening.
Yeah, well, I'd first heard about it. There was a 75 hardest challenge, and
I
that
heard
was
that.
just
I've seen
that one was a little
the
bit
70.
much for me. The thought of making that commitment for 75 days was kind of scary. So when I saw one of my friends on Instagram post about the 40 hardest challenge, I thought, okay, this is more doable for my lifestyle. And what it was is, or what it is, it's basically tracking your points per day, staying within your points or your bites,
Hmm.
getting 128 ounces of water every day, 10,000 steps, reading at least 10 to 20 pages. And what's the other one? Oh, I just went blank. But I've added a few extra things to mine, like every night before I go to bed, I'll try and meditate. So I'm trying to work on some personal growth as well as the physical
Yeah,
aspects.
definitely, definitely. So, do you think this is definitely something that you're going to be doable for the next 40 days?
We're about three-quarters of the way through, and I've had a couple of hiccups. Like I said, we had Canadian Thanksgiving. That was difficult. But a thing that I've noticed with myself is I'm not beating myself up over a hiccup anymore like I used to, because I know
Yeah.
that it just takes one day to get back on track. So that's been
Okay.
a huge thing for me in this journey is being a little more lenient or not so hard on myself when it comes to those bad days.
Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. So like to bring it back a little bit, I remember you saying about like how some they are down 26 pounds, you know. Um, I'm that person too on your Instagram that I'm like, you've really only lost 26 pounds. Like you look great. You know what I mean? Um, how
Thank
does
you.
that make you how does that make you feel that like you're so close? Like another you did the 26 now, like you have another 25 to go.
It feels good, but at the same time, I kind of feel like for instance, doing this live, like, okay, why me? Because it's only 26 pounds.
Yes.
Um, where there are other people out there who have lost like 50 pounds in the same amount of time that I have. So it's trying, like, I'm trying not to beat myself up over it and say like,
Yeah, no, definitely,
you're not
definitely don't.
worthy of being someone that's on this
Definitely have to,
important journey. I don't know.
you definitely have to understand that there is going to be people on here that have all different shapes of life through our iTrackBites community. There are people on here that have been doing it for a year and they've lost 15, 20 pounds. That
Hmm.
still is amazing in their book. Number one, that they have been able to lose that much weight. And number two, who cares how long it takes? When
Yeah.
you get to goal, it doesn't matter if it took you 2.5 years. That's the best thing is knowing that to a lot of the people that are watching tonight or that will watch the replay is knowing that yes, it might seem like it's been what 8 months, 7 months since March, but you've lost 26 pounds. That's still good progress. If you talk to any dietitians, any coaches, anything like that, they're going to tell you half a pound to a pound a week is amazing results, and that's about where you're at.
Hmm.
You know what
Well,
I'm
thank
saying?
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I love it because I get to choose people like Instagram and everything else like that. Like it's just you're inspiring to people.
Well, thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. So how is it? I always ask every single wife, mom, dad, anything like that. How is the spouse with helping you with weight loss? How are they supporting you? How is it like? I hope you don't have to cook two separate meals. How is that on your partner?
Um, it's easier with him than it is with my children because I always have to cook the second meal because of them.
Yeah.
My
I feel
husband
like
actually,
that's mom and dad
yeah, my husband actually
for
works
like for
away.
burgers. Yeah, me and my wife just made burgers tonight for us, and we had to heat up leftover tacos for the kids because they would not eat hamburgers. So completely understand.
Yeah, it's just a parenting thing, I guess.
Yep.
But my husband, he's actually extremely supportive. Um, he's he's away like half of the month every month. He works away. So it's honestly pretty easy when he's gone, obviously, because I'm just cooking for myself and the two kids. But when he's here, he's extremely supportive. And if we make something, the best part about iTrackBites is that if he's eating something and I really want to eat the same thing, I'll just modify it so that it fits within my bite range for the day. So it's really not, it's the snacks. The snacks are what get me.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like that's every parent though. Every parent. We have a snack drawer and it's always like you try to do the best, but then every now and then, whatever it is. Fruit snacks for my kids.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you see for the next okay, so we're almost going into 2021. So tell me a short-term goal that you have and tell me a long-term goal you
My short-term goal is to finally hit 30 pounds. I feel like September was just, I don't know what it was about that month, but it just seemed like I'd go up and back down and then up and down again. So I've been struggling to hit that 30-pound goal. So that's my short term for the year. I think for long term, it's just to get into a headspace where I start working on like my physique or like toning more than anything, because I feel like the walking is great and it's been doing a lot for my mind as well as my body, but I want to get into more working out, I guess, long term,
No, I
or
get you.
but
Yeah.
taking it up a notch.
Yeah. Um, a really good thing to look at, especially if you're wanting to do continue home workouts, is getting a kettlebell. Have you ever heard of kettlebells?
Yes.
So I would definitely recommend getting a kettlebell, especially if you're looking to have endurance and have strength and all that stuff and tone up a little bit, because that's your weight. That's the weight that you're going to be using. So that's what I would do.
Right.
Continue to
Okay.
do the walk at home and then do the kettlebell. That's me.
Okay.
That's what I would do. So yeah, so I'm glad that you found the iTrackBites community. I'm glad that you have been going great since March. Honestly, I feel like so many people on here that are commenting and that are watching this right now are going to watch it knows since March to now it's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Last year it was easy for me to go to the park and walk around the track, and now it's like all the summer, spring and summer, everything was closed. You know what I mean? You had to
Right.
definitely do something like that. So awesome for you that you were able to lose 26 pounds, and that is a very good achievement for yourself, honestly. So you should be very proud.
Thank you.
So what made you remind me again? So I know you did Weight Watchers back in 2010. How
Yes.
did you stumble upon iTrackBites? That's the big thing. Are you one of them where it's like, oh, I've had the app
I did have,
from before?
sorry, you're just cutting out a little bit. I did have the app previously. I think it was last year. And then once we started this mom's weight loss challenge, I was trying to think of ways like, do I want to sign up for Weight Watchers to go along with this to help me in this journey? And then I I might have like Googled or searched the app store or something, and this popped up. I can't remember
Uh-huh.
exactly how it was, but I remembered seeing it like last year whenever I had it on my phone. So I thought, no, I'm going to look into this. And then once I saw that you could do the pro version, I signed up for that because I love the idea of the recipe builder and the community that you can share with the community on the app. So yeah, I signed up that way and I love it.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm looking at some of these comments that are here. Somebody said sugar is hidden in a lot of things. Also, watch for sugar and sugar alcohols. So yes, definitely. Margie, yes, there's a different. That's the thing with skinny syrups. There is sugar alcohols in them, but hey, if it fits, it fits. Let me see. Somebody else just said, hi from Ohio, been on WW app for a couple years, went to meetings in the past, trying this app out before canceling the WW app. You will find, Carla, that a lot of people are canceling, and that is fine. um, awesome, awesome. So, yeah, so what exactly, I mean, is there anything you can I always ask people, my live guests, what is something that you wish that somebody would have told you starting out with iCheckBites? You know what I mean? Like, you've been doing it now since March. What is something that you're just like, oh, I wish somebody would have told me this?
Probably well, there are a couple of things actually. One is to not overthink it, just do it. If you do exactly what it says to do and you stay within your bites, you're going to lose the weight. Um, there's no like magic to it. And another thing that I wish somebody had told me sooner or that I had have realized sooner was to pre-track. Like if I knew
Oh, yeah.
there was going to be a day that I was going to go out to a family member's house for dinner or something, to pre-track my breakfast and lunch so that I'd know what bites I could play with that evening.
Yeah.
So pre-tracking. What else? Another thing that I found really helpful, it's not so much something I wish I knew sooner, but what I find really helpful is to work out my bite value as soon as I get my groceries and write the bite value on the packaging, because as a mom of two
Yes.
young kids and my husband is away half of the month, it's kind of stressful sometimes trying to put all of my food in the app while I'm cooking dinner or right before I sit down to eat, and then my food is cold. So if I have the bite value already written on the packaging, I can just throw that into my app and go, and it makes things a little smoother for me. Um, what else?
That's like original Weight Watcher 101 right there. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry that you must have done that back in 2010
I
because
actually didn't.
really,
No. Maybe that's why
that
I'm more
was like
successful
way
now. I'm
before,
not
like
sure.
for me, that was way before apps were there and we had the little calculators.
Yeah, the
And
book.
yes, and so it was definitely like figuring out the calculator, how many bites the bag of chips is, or this or that. So then
Yeah.
it was easy for you to just write it down in your notepad.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that though. I don't
Uh,
really think about doing that anymore. That's a very smart. Everybody listening, watch that. Let me know if you do that because I never think to do that.
yeah, it's been really helpful. Another thing that I found very helpful that I didn't know right in the beginning or never thought to do was to make sure when you start your journey with iTrackBites, get yourself a kitchen scale and weigh
Ooh,
everything.
whatever. Yes,
Um,
yes.
my biggest downfall in the beginning was that I would just assume that what was on the package was true and the serving size was the serving size. 1 tablespoon of peanut butter equaled whatever bite value. And when you use your scale, you're either going to cheat yourself or you're going to gain extra food for a lower point value. So I measure everything. I weigh everything because I want to know exactly what I'm putting in my body. And I've heard a lot of people say that when they're in a plateau or they feel like they're stuck, they help themselves get out of a plateau by weighing it and seeing that their food is either a bigger or a smaller portion than what the serving size actually says. So I think
Yeah.
it's really helpful. Yeah. Another thing that I found really helpful was to calculate, use my app calculator to figure out the bite value rather than just scanning the barcode. That was another thing
Ooh,
that
that's a good one.
I wish I
That's
had.
a very good one.
Yeah, because it's not always the same, and it could be the same as weighing your food. Like you could be shorting yourself a point if you're
Oh yeah.
scanning the
Oh my gosh.
barcode. Yeah.
I had the app and I went to the gas station and scanned a bag of like Skinny Pop, the individual bags, and it
Mm-hmm.
said it was like 2 points. And I was like, yes, got that in Diet Coke for road trip snacks. And because I scanned it at the grocery store. Well, then later on,
Yeah.
I was actually looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, Karen, you typed
Yeah.
in whoever this user was typed in the wrong information and it was 5 points. And
Right.
that doesn't seem like a lot, but that is a lot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I will never forget
Absolutely.
that. I was so mad. So I never do that anymore. I never scan. I just always
No.
just use the calculator.
Yeah.
Or
And it
a
it
good
takes a few more seconds, but it's worth it.
it
Like
does.
if you're going to save yourself a few extra points or bites, then it's to me it's worth doing.
Hold on, I'm gonna wait for my thing to go up. Okay. I don't know if a lot of people on here, users know this, but when you scan something in your iTrackBites app and it comes up with the wrong figures, okay, because you're scanning it, and I don't care if you know that a serving of chips is 4 bites on carb conscience. When you scan that and it comes up with different macros, that makes a difference. And so what you can do is on the app is you can go in the right corner and click. It won't save it in the database. It'll save it in your phone. It'll save it on your thing. So when you scan it, it'll always be right. So it could be a little. I always do that sometimes too.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been
hoping
very
that go
helpful.
through. Did that go through?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, so one last question two last questions. Number one, Are you a use your weeklies? Do you use your weeklies? Do you use your fit points?
I don't use my fit points. I
All right.
feel, and this is just a personal opinion, I feel that it's defeating the purpose of me getting them.
Yes.
Um, some people may disagree, some people may need them, and that's fine. But I've just found with my journey, I feel like I'm kind of cheating if I do that. I do use my weeklies. And whenever I do them, I kind of give myself a break from tracking. So what I'll do is I'll pick a day of the week, and it's something that I look forward to every week, my cheat day, and I'll just not track for the day and assume that it's going to equal my weekly amount, which I think is 49 weeklies. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just kind
And
of
that's
give myself a day off.
and I can tell you this, when I first lost weight in 2016, way before iTrackBites, but I was doing points plus, I did that. I never tracked on Sundays. And it was that I guess it's the reason why I was probably so successful is because I could strict myself and not really strict. I hate it when people say strict because I was never strict. I still ate the stuff I wanted. I still had a burger every day because we owned a restaurant. I still had this and that. But I just looked forward to on Sunday to really not care. And what's funny is that you find when you do have your quote unquote off days, cheat days, it's not really as bad as what you think.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless you're just one of them that like goes all hog wild, like eating everything in sight, your body's gonna be used to how what the you know what I mean? You could be somebody that wants fast food on Sunday, stuff like that. But no, I love that. What I would like to tell you for fit points is it's like you said, I love how you said that it's not for everybody. Some people might need them, some people don't, and you don't. I feel that when fit points come along is where if you feel that you are not being satisfied and you are feeling like it's more of a diet than a journey, than a lifestyle journey, then maybe it's time to start using some of those fit points as emergency points because your body still might lose weight by them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
I love
think
it.
maybe when I get further in my journey, like I said, and I start doing things like weightlifting or something other than walking, that my body might need them. But for right now, I just don't feel the need to use them. So,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Love that, love that. So my last question that I always ask people is, what is something that you say there is a brand new user out here? There's somebody that's just like, I need to lose weight, I need to lose 50 pounds, I need to lose 20 pounds, I need to lose 100 pounds. What is some sort of advice that you would like to give them from you in your journey? Like, if somebody was just like, hey Megan, like, I'm going through this, I need some advice. What is some advice that you would give them?
it's going to sound pretty simple, but just start. And when you have a bad day, just move past it, leave it as a bad day, and get back on track the next day and forgive yourself. Like, don't beat yourself up about it because that's not going to get you any further. And what I've found in the past is whenever I've had a bad day before this journey, other times that I've tried to do this and been unsuccessful, is that I would just beat myself up and think, okay, I had a bad day. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, I already wrecked this day, so I might as well wreck tomorrow and then start again fresh on Monday. Just get right back on track the next day.
Oh, that's a very good one. Just keep going the next day. I feel like so many people in our community feels that way that they feel like when they've ruined one day, 2 day. First of all, you haven't ruined nothing. We will
Hmm.
let you know that. Ain't nobody ruining anything. The only way that you will ruin your weight loss journey is if you completely quit. It's as
Exactly.
simple as that. But no, I love that. Thank you so much for that because that is, you got to give yourself some grace. Not
Yeah.
everybody's perfect. You can't be perfect.
No.
That's why I'm still here. Um, no, thank you so much, Meg, for joining us. I had a really good time interviewing you. It's like I said, it's great to have somebody on the Sugar Smart plan. We don't really see too much of that right now going on. So I'm hoping that our users got some really good insight on somebody that does track with Sugar Bites. And I like the advice you gave, and I like how, be proud that you lost 26 pounds because that's an awesome achievement. And it's going to be awesome. Like I tell everybody I interview towards the end of the year is I can't wait to see you all next year because you're going to be at goal, and that's going to be an amazing thing. Then I'm going to have to interview you again because you've been in maintenance to figure out how you're doing it with maintenance.
Well, thank you for having me. It was really
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So go ahead. What is your name on Instagram again? So if anybody would like to follow you.
So it's our perfectly imperfect. So
Okay.
our underscore perfectly underscore imperfect.
That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you want, go ahead and give her a follow. And Megan, it was so nice having you on.
Thank you.
Yep. You take care.
You too. Have a good night.
All right, guys. So awesome. So awesome. So awesome having Megan on here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream that we had tonight. It was awesome getting a member of the iTrackBites family that is doing Sugar Smart. So I actually just was great. Get Go follow Megan. This is going to be awesome. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week, and I hope you guys survive the rest of the week and keep tracking and keep exercising and just do everything that you know that you need to do to stay on track, guys. My name is Jordan Clyde from Clyde's Daily Life, and I am one of your iTrackBites ambassadors. And I tell everybody every single time, go on iTrackBites.com. You will see all of your iTrackBites coaches and all of your iTrackBites ambassadors. Get involved in the community, guys. So once again, my name is Jordan Clyde from Clyde's Daily Life. I will see you next Tuesday,